this video, I'm going to be explaining all the generations of the Mercedes E63 AMG. So starting this list off with the number 1 is the W211 E63, produced between the years of 2005 and 2008. This car came equipped with a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8, also known as the M156, producing 507 horsepower and 464 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour was done in 4.5 seconds, and it had a top speed of 250 kilometers an hour, which is 155 miles per hour. Now this car is a true sleeper because it can easily be confused with a standard E-Class from that era. And this is the interior of the car. As you can see, it's just your standard E-Class interior, none too fancy, just your typical traditional E-Class interior with luxury and comfort features. Now this car doesn't get a lot of love or appreciation. That's because the BMW E60 M5 exists, which had a 5.2-liter V10 at the time. Now this is a very underrated sports car, not my personal favorite, but however still a very underrated sports car that you can buy today for a fraction of the price. Moving on to the number 2 spot is the W212 E63 AMG, produced between the years of 2009 and 2016. Now this car from 2009 to 2010 came with a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8, pushing around 518 horsepower and 565 foot-pounds of torque. Is the same M156 engine that Mercedes and AMG used in their cars at the time. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour was done in 4.3 seconds, and it had a top speed of 300 kilometers an hour, which is 186 miles per hour. Now this is the interior of the car, pretty good for the time that it came out. As you can see that you have a AMG bespoke steering wheel, and you also have wood trim, and you did have the option to get carbon fiber trim as well. Here's another look at it from the driver's cockpit view. However, in 2011, Mercedes and AMG downsized the engine to where it was now a 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8, which is pushing around 550 horsepower and 577 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour was done in 3.7 seconds, and it had a top speed of 318 kilometers an hour, which is 199 miles per hour. Later in 2013, they also gave the car a completely new facelift. As you can see, they replaced the headlights and the grille, and the interior also got a complete facelift as well. As you can see in the AMG S models, which were the most powerful models, you have a flat bottom steering wheel with Alcantara. Now the interior of this car isn't bad for the time that it came out. It's still a very beautiful, simple, and classy, luxurious interior, while also being somewhat sporty, such as the seats had dynamic bolsters, so anytime you would take tight corners, the side bolsters would inflate to hold you in. Now this is my second favorite E63, very good car for the time that it came out. Now moving on to the third spot is the W213 E63 AMG, produced between 2017 and 2023. Now this is my personal favorite E63 AMG. This car comes equipped with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, also known as the M177, which is pushing 603 horsepower and 627 foot-pounds of torque. It does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.2 seconds, and it has a top speed of 320 kilometers an hour, which is 200 miles per hour. Now this is the interior of the car, a perfect balance between luxury and performance. As you can see, it comes with an AMG flat-bottom steering wheel with Alcantara. It has the digital dash, it has carbon fiber interior trim, and 64 different ambient lighting color options. However, in 2020, they facelifted this car by giving it new headlights, a new grille, which is now currently known as the Panamericana style grille, and they also gave it new taillights. Here's another look of the front end, and they also changed the interior by giving it a more updated steering wheel and a more updated digital display. Here's another look at it from the driver's cockpit. And here's a look at the interior at night. Again, a very nice place to be. So these are all the generations of the Mercedes E63 AMG. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Like and follow for more car content.